Hi guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the Free Hammers podcast. Great to be back here with Luke as always. How we doing, mate? You right?
Yeah, great. Still getting used to these nice little camera angles that we've got now. But
yeah, different way of recording. Still getting used to it, but it's
yeah,
all good.
we haven't done one for a couple of weeks. You know, as you all know, I sound a bit like Carl Frock how many times I've mentioned it. Yeah, we've had a busy couple of weeks. You know, Paul's been over, Lee's been over, got married and all that. So yeah, it's been a busy couple of weeks, and we haven't really had time to do a podcast. And obviously, we've got a little bit of there's time in a couple of weeks where Paul won't be available to do one. But yeah, it's great to do one. It's the first one actually of the season as well, isn't it? We haven't covered any of the games, have we? At all, I don't think. I think we did a little season preview, but I don't remember us talking about Bournemouth, and I don't remember us talking about Liverpool at all. So yeah, this is sort of like the first one really. It's not been going great this season so far, has it, mate? You know, not what we all wanted anyway.
Well, the thing is, I don't know. It depends. I'm finding this season very, very interesting because there's no doubt about it. Results wise, obviously, 3 games, 3 losses. It's not ideal, but obviously, I don't feel negative about this season.
No, I
really don't.
I'm very.
I really don't. Like, I think we're playing good football. I'm liking the way the team is starting to take shape. I still feel really positive about this season. Don't get me wrong. If 10 games down the line we're still sitting on no points, yeah, obviously I'm going to start getting a bit worried. But honestly, I'm happy. As funny as that is with 3 losses, I'm happy with the way things are going at the minute.
Yeah. Looking at the weekend, obviously it was Arsenal, and a game, you know, we was very unlucky to lose that game, in my opinion. I know we've played a game since then, obviously picked up a win, but lots of positives. A guy that was sort of slated off when we signed him, Sanchez, I thought was excellent, to be honest. I thought we covered that midfield really well and give the likes of, you know, Jack and Thingy space to run around in.
Sanchez or Snodgrass, to me?
Sanchez. I thought Sanchez was fantastic.
All right, I didn't see the game because I was working. Unfortunately, I haven't seen any of the league games. All I've seen is the highlights on Match of the Day. So I can't really say. Looking at the highlights, again, just reading match reviews and things, it seems like we had a lot more chances than they actually showed on Match of the Day on telly. And from the sounds of things, we could have been sort of 2-3 up in the first half.
Their goal as well, the Lacazette sort of own goal turned in. Very unfortunate, and that killed us. And Arnie's injury, hopefully, it isn't that bad. Obviously, we'll talk about that a little bit later. But that definitely killed it as well. We had no target man. Hernandez can't play that role either, you know. So, yeah, it is a shame. But, yeah, we moved on. Obviously, last night, we got our first win of the season against Wimbledon. We made it hard for ourselves. Like, you know, I don't know if you watched the game. Did you watch it last night?
Yeah, I did. That's the first game I've been able to actually sit down and watch in full. And it's a weird one. I'm being really positive about all this, but yeah, it was against the League One side. Yeah, they were down to 10 men, but I mean, they scored literally with their first corner. Ogbonna should have done better, but still, they scored with their first corner and then set everyone back. I don't care about their manager whinging, saying, "Oh, it was soft. It shouldn't have been sent off. It changed the game. We would have scored again with 11v11." I don't buy that. I think even before he got sent off, we were on the ascendancy. I think we were starting to control the game. And after that point, it was just a matter of time. I was confident it was just a matter of time. And this is something that RC came up, and it's perfectly true as well. This is the thing with Pellegrini as manager. That's his bread and butter. Like when he was managing Man City, he would have been playing against that every week with teams just sitting back, defending.
Yeah.
And it's just having that patience to break them down. And eventually we did. And some of the football... Yeah, again, yes, it was attack v defence, but some of the football we're playing, some of the movement and the passing has been lovely. It's been great.
I was very impressed with, again, League One opposition, but Cresswell I thought was fantastic yesterday. Showed what he's about a bit. Again, I would love to see him go on runs. You know, he gets that chance and he just sort of stops. He has got it in him. Like, when you see that space, go into it, run into it. Snodgrass, fantastic. People still slating his final ball, but you've got to give it to the geezer. He runs his absolute socks off. He does. He runs his socks off.
Yeah, I think he's been fantastic, Snodgrass.
Yarmolenko, wrongly, continuously slated by West Ham fans yesterday. I don't know whether you picked up on that, like, oh, his end product's poor. The guy is still not fully fit.
Yeah. They even said it last night in the commentary. That was his first start since, January, I think they said?
Yeah.
So, obviously it's going to take time, but like you say, that final ball will improve. And it was good. The effort he put in, brilliant.
Rice was excellent as well.
Rice was very good.
I wasn't impressed with Perez, I have to say.
He was
lightweight.
I think he was busy, but he never had any impact on the game. Really, he never had any impact. Like, you would forget he was even there playing. Diop, I thought, was great. Fantastic to see him score.
Great goal. Yeah.
And this is the thing. Like, I was talking to a few of the guys in work today about it, and I know it's been mentioned. I've seen it mentioned, but the whole second half, nearly the whole game, he was standing there in that position like that, with his arms up in the air,
waiting for it.
No one passed it to him, and then the first time someone passed it to him, he banged it in the bottom corner.
Yeah.
It was a brilliant finish. Hopefully, really hope that builds his confidence, because he needs that. He needs that confidence.
Yeah, because Ogbonna was shocking as well. Ogbonna was totally bullied in that game. Really impressed when Anderson come on as well. He started making things tick, and I think we are going to start seeing the better of him as it goes and goes. It's just all about decision making and learning the runs and learning when to go, learning when to pass it. It's going to come. It's going to come. He looked tasty. He looked like he wanted to go as well.
Yeah, he was fantastic. And like he's like you say, mate, his vision, like his passing was incredible. And that shot that he had, that just a snapshot that just went wide, like that came out of nowhere. Yeah. He's got that in his locker. He's capable.
He was fantastic against Arsenal as well. Against Arsenal.
I think the team was brilliant, and I feel like Hernandez had a couple of opportunities he really should have scored, but he didn't. He sort of fluffed. I feel like if Arnautovic was playing, we would have put 5-6 past him.
I don't know whether the draw's been made, mate. As we're filming this show now, 7:30. I believe the draw was at 7 o'clock. So maybe you can have a little look at that in a minute. But
I'll have a butcher's.
Yeah, we are still in the app, which is good. We did make it hard for ourselves. A great goal from Diop. Ogbonna obviously getting the other goal. And I thought when Massarak would come on, he did well to find Hernandez with that little ball to get the goal. And I knew Hernandez wouldn't miss, even though he tried his best to.
It was a fantastic pass that from Massarak.
Yeah, it was. It was to see him, and he was well composed. He took it round the goalkeeper and put it in. In the hat, and I'm sure Paul will give us who we've got to play in a minute.
The draw has been made. Let's see.
Who have we got? Live reaction.
We're at home to Macclesfield.
Oh, here we go. We finally get a nice, easier tie for once. Do you know what I mean? Instead of getting bloody Man United or Tottenham.
Oh, Liverpool, Chelsea.
Oh, I like that though, because it means some of the big clubs go out.
Tottenham, Watford. Derby, Man United. So Fat Frank up against Man United.
That would be on Sky. Definitely.
Yeah.
So yeah, Macclesfield guys. Let's
I'll tell you what. Sorry, just while I'm looking at it, Millwall, Fulham. That's a tasty one.
Oh, that is tasty. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
So yeah, Macclesfield guys puts us in the next round of that, and what a great feeling. Anyway. So before we go into the preview for this weekend, there's a couple of little bits of news this week, mate, that's happened. Declan Rice, apparently this taking time to decide whether he's going to play for England or Republic of Ireland. For me personally, mate, this leaves him with no choice but to pick England now. Because I think when you've made a statement like that and you sort of, Martin O'Neill's come out and said it, I don't think you can go back to Ireland now and go, oh, do you know what?
Yeah.
I want to play for Ireland.
Well, and I think he should. It sounds like Southgate's had a word with him and basically said, we want you to come and play for us. So, I mean, if I was him, that basically means he's going to get picked. At some point. He obviously can't get picked in this squad, because if he even did decide to declare for England, I was reading, it takes time to transfer through FIFA or whatever. But, it makes sense. Like, from a player's perspective, you're for a profile, you're better off playing for England. You've got more chance of improving your career than you would have playing for Ireland. So I reckon he probably will choose England. And he was born in London. He's an English lad.
Romford, I think. Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, I read a really interesting thing. It's either I read or I watched the clip. I think it was on Sky Sports News actually, saying about he's probably looked at Harry Maguire, John Stones or whatever, and gone, right, they played for England a couple of times, boom, straight away they're worth 50 to 75 million pound plus. They can go, right, I'm a 75 million. Rice can go, I'm a 75 million pound player, give me 250 a week. Because there's that profile thing where playing for Ireland, no disrespect, he can't really go, do you know what, I'm an Ireland centre-half, I'm worth 50 million pound now.
Yeah.
As soon as you're in that England team, your price goes boom, like that.
And there'll be pressure from the club, his agent, pushing him in that direction as well. So I definitely think he will end up representing England, and I hope he does. Obviously, as an Englishman, I want to see him play.
It's a position as well, pending where he plays. If he plays in that CDM role, it's a position that's potentially there for the taking. There's no massive standout one like Henderson. He's okay. Eric Dyer, okay. Like, you know, a couple of years, he definitely could be on that level.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. No, interesting one. Let us know what you think, guys, on Rice. For me, I don't think there's any way back for him in the Ireland team now. I think, he'll be in that England team soon, hopefully. The other thing, mate, London Stadium, this continues to rumble on. This, just losing money for fun, £14 million or whatever it was, I think it was this year. And there's rumours that Sadiq Khan wants West Ham to pay an extra £10 million a year rent, which is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Apparently, the LDC or whoever this holding company is hasn't got enough money to go past September, and that's when the government apparently are going to pull out of it. Apart from stubbornness on probably like Sadiq Khan's point of view, I can't see any other option but West Ham getting that stadium.
No. I've been keeping a very close eye on this. I love to keep up with what's going on with it. And it's E20 is the holding company. And like you say, mate, they're going bust. Realistically, West Ham are the only viable option. They could... there's so many different things. Like, if they go bust, then West Ham's in a weird position because they can't kick us out. They can. The only thing they can do is try and renegotiate the agreement.
They did say that there was something I read that West Ham could be put into E20's position. So we become like the major leaseholder of it. So then we can control the contracts and control if we have events going on, which again would stop that political damage that would potentially be West Ham get this stadium for 15 million, 20 million. So.
But even then,
that's political crisis.
That's true,
well.
But then on the other hand, us being in that position and controlling what goes on, and then I assume would be controlling a large portion of the income as well, that's effectively giving it to us for nothing.
Yeah, so it's a very interesting one.
Yeah.
I think West Ham will probably end up owning that stadium.
And I think
I think Sullivan knew that as well.
I was just going to say,
when he signed that deal, and that's why they jumped at such a sort of good bad deal. You know, like they took the bad stuff of we're going to get a bit of criticism from the fans, but at one point we're going to own that, and then we're going to sell it in 2020 or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I agree. I feel like this is the game plan from day one. I think they knew this was going to happen. A lot of people said this is exactly what was going to happen, that it wouldn't be tenable. There's no way the stadium would bring in enough income to cover running costs. And I reckon, like you say, mate, I reckon Sullivan and Brady knew that. That's what they planned for. And there's no doubt at some point West Ham will get that stadium. Whether they then do anything with it is a different question entirely. But yeah, at some point it seems inevitable. Yeah,
no, it is definitely a rumbling story, this one. Very, very interesting. And like I say, more rumours about that. It's like the West Ham have said that, look, give it to us. We'll get the naming rights sorted out. We'll get this sorted out. But I don't see how they can sit there as well and come in and go, oh, you need to pay more rent, when they're not even giving us the stuff that we apparently paid a 2.5 million for a year. You know, all this politics about the carpet, all this politics about the honours board, if you can call West Ham's an honours board, you know what I mean? Like, probably 4 bits of plastic.
I mean, that's the thing as well. But, like you say, even with, like the thing with the carpet, obviously Brady come out very, very publicly and put pressure on them, and they're all kicking off about saving money for the taxpayer. We've offered to pay for that surround. How can they possibly turn it down if they're supposed to be getting the best for the taxpayer, I don't know. It does make sense that was quite clever, putting that pressure on them publicly, and then not really giving them a way out. It'd be interesting to see what happens with that. But I mean, I don't know. Apparently, as well, athletics. Is it Birmingham? They're building a new stadium.
Yeah. They're gonna hopefully in some sort of a deal if it does rumble on, go right. That can be your base for these events now. Which again would make sense. I understand the Olympic legacy. Listen, London Olympics was incredible, fantastic sporting event. But athletics is not a viable source of income regularly. You know, there was only 30,000 there the other day for that event that was in August. Like, unless it's Olympics, World Championship, European Championship, athletics will not fill that arena. No. It won't. No. It won't. And I'm a big athletics fan, guys. I'm not sitting here as like an athletics hater. I love athletics. I love watching it. But it's not the sort of thing that's going to fill a stadium. So very, very interesting. Right, moving on. Preview for the Wolves game. Apologies, guys, if this podcast is a bit short this week in terms of that batteries on cameras and stuff like that. And but at least, you know, it hasn't rumbled on forever if it does go a little bit too short this week. But Wolves, great little team. My preview has gone out. They haven't won a game yet. They've drawn 2, lost 1 to Leicester. But those draws have come against decent sides. Everton, who look like a really decent outfit this year, and Man City. Obviously dodgy. I don't know whether you see the goal, mate. The goal that Wolves scored. Sort of diving handball thing.
I did see that, yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
But listen, they've got some bloody good players. That Nueves, obviously highly regarded, very highly regarded by all the big clubs out there. Real Madrid, Barca looking at him. You've got Joe Montinho. You've got a guy that I picked out in a preview, actually, who destroyed us when he played for Middlesbrough, Amon Traore, absolute train of a player. And if he is running at Masuaku, I don't see us getting much out of the game. I really don't. I actually really are quite nervous about this game.
Again, I don't know. I think it'll be a good test for us. For me, it's starting to be... Again, I know what I was saying earlier. I'm very, very positive about the way we've been going so far this season. Loving seeing the positive signs and everything. But we do need to start getting points on the board. And I do think that this is a sort of game we need to be looking at winning. I feel like if we play the way that it looks like we can play, it seems like Pellegrini's starting to get an idea of who he wants his first team to be. I reckon we could get something.
My fear is, we sort of touched on it a little bit earlier, is if Arnie's not fit. You know, if Arnie's not fit, again, like the Wimbledon game, we were putting crosses in the box against 6'4", 6'3" defenders. If we play that same way, we're not going to get anything against Premier League defenders. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to adapt your game when you've got the little strikers on. And if Arnie's not fit, I do fear a little bit in terms of where we're going to go there. Yarmolenko to start for you?
I would start him if he's fit. Like you say, I feel like it's... Yeah. I mean, hopefully Arnautovic, like you say, is fit. Obviously, Anderson has to play. I would play him in the middle, just behind. And then I suppose, like Yarmolenko and Snodgrass, I suppose I would play,
Yeah, and then what, Sanchez and Wilshere again?
I would probably stick to Sanchez and Wilshere. That's probably our best two. I thought Obiang was terrible last night.
Oh, he was poor.
I thought he had a really bad game. So, I don't see any...
I'd like to see Cresswell come back in as well. I like to see Cresswell come back in. Just again, is to put... what's his name on his toes? Masuaku on his toes. Possibly, again, if he wants to experiment, he could put Masuaku at left wing. But I don't think that Snodgrass has done anything that deserves him to get...
No, not at all. He 100% deserves to keep his place. 100%.
Yeah, I think he's been fantastic. I really do. Bad miss against Arsenal, but... he looks like a player, who wants it. And I think, again, he looks like he's lost a bit of weight, a bit fitter, and I think he will pick that sharpness up. I know he's a bit older now, but that sharpness will come. It will come, and I don't know. It's that famous line, and when it clicks, it will click.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else that makes you nervous? That Raul Jimenez is a good player as well.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a good
very good goalkeeper as well.
Rui Patricio. Yeah, I mean, on paper they've got a fantastic team.
They've obviously got links to that super agent. Is it Jorge Mendes?
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
The super agent.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it'll be a good game. I think it'll be a good game. It's another one that thankfully I will be able to sit down and watch because I'm off work that day. So looking forward to it.
I think the last time we played them out of memory, I'm sure we beat them. I'm sure I remember us beating them quite comfortably as well the last time we played them. But yeah, a tough one. Tough game, that one. Yeah, so what are your predictions, mate? For me, 2-2. I just think, even if we go 1-0 up, I think, I said it in the preview, we'll get like a little squeaky bum time. And I can't see us not conceding at the moment. Even though Fabianski has been fantastic, I just don't see us not conceding.
Yeah, I think like I say, I think we have to get something from this game. And I think 2-2 is a decent shout. I would take a draw. I really obviously would love to see us win. And it's like you just said, mate, if we can click, like you say, when we click, we'll click. And if we can, I can see us winning. I'd love to say Saint Mad. Do you know what I'm going to say, Saint Mad? I'm going to say 3-1 West Ham.
Oh, well, I hope so, mate. I hope so. We do need the points, like you say. Is there anything else you want to cover this week, mate? I know it's only a very short show, but is there anything that you've seen major West Ham-wise that you think desperately needs covering? Obviously, Yaya Toure is not going to sign. That's been announced as well.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really seen much news, to be honest. By the way, if you're wondering what's happened with the camera there, my camera battery died, so we're switched over now to the phone, but it should be fine anyway. Yeah, like you say, mate, I don't know. To be honest, actually, talking about transfers, considering the European transfer window is still open, and I know there was a lot of a worry from the Premier League side of things that European clubs might come in and take the Premier League players
and people like that. Yeah,
nothing really seems to have happened at all.
It's gone quite quiet actually in terms of the transfers out from Premier League. Yeah, because I thought maybe Hazard might get sniffed at, Eriksen, or would Real Madrid test the water with even like Harry Kane or someone like that? You don't know. Yeah, it has been very strange. Let's move on to some questions. Lewis on Twitter says, how was the wedding? Was it a West Ham themed? No, it wasn't. It was like Peaky Blinder theme, I think. And he also says, I think if we lose on Saturday, we are in serious danger of going down this year. If you look at the fixtures after this, just pray that Arnie is fit, but is he a doubt?
See, I don't think there's any danger of us getting relegated this year. I think it will click. Like I say, I'm really encouraged by what I've seen so far this season. I really am. I think we've played good football. We look like, as I say, he's starting to find his team that he wants to play. And I just think we're going to get better and better. And this is a question I actually wanted to put out to yourself and to everyone else as well. I believe that Pellegrini is really starting to bring a sort of style of play and a system to West Ham, and it seems to be a great to watch attacking philosophy, nice passing, nice movement. How much time would you give him to implement that strategy? So, say what if we did go 10 games with no wins? What if we did finish 17th? What if we got relegated? Would you still give him time to allow that philosophy to come through?
Not if we got relegated. Not if we got relegated. You've got to give him a season, really, but you can't afford to go down. You can't. Like I'm patient. You can see an idea is definitely taking place. He's got an idea, and it will. When it clicks, it will click. It's just got to hope it clicks at the right time. If it starts getting to Christmas and we still just ain't putting in wins together, then obviously he can't. He can't do it with those players, and it's just timing thing.
But what if? So, just to add to what I was saying there, more like, so what if in that time leading up to Christmas, you can see improvements. Maybe we're not getting as many results. Maybe we do start picking up a couple of wins, but we're still languishing down near the bottom of the table. But you can see an improvement. You can see we are getting better. It is getting more cohesive. I don't know. I feel like that is something that is going to happen. I don't know. I'm just kind of waffling now, but I just really, really want to see him given time, because I really can see good things coming from this team.
I can, mate. If you look back to Liverpool's a good example. When Klopp first come, I remember their fans going, "Oh, he needs to go. We're crap. We're losing to it." Look at them now, bloody hell, like one of the best teams in the world at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we're going to become that good, but
no, but you need to give managers time to instill their philosophy.
Yeah, and get the players they want and work out. Listen, he needs time to work out his team as well. There's still a few bits of dead wood in that West Ham team as well that need to be ironed out, should we say.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, mate, Klopp's first season, we beat Liverpool 3 times.
Yeah.
So, and like you say, look at them now. They'll be challenging for the title this year, no doubt.
Easy, yeah. A Champions League finalist as well. Sarif says, who do you see becoming a cult hero at West Ham out of the 10 new signings we made this summer? If he becomes a bit of an hard man in the midfield, if you're talking cult heroes, I can see that Sanchez actually becoming a bit of like a player you sort of like, yeah, he's an hard nut. I quite like him.
Yeah, that's. I think you're right there, mate. I think the cult hero sort of thing is exactly that type of player. Exactly, he's exactly the type of player that West Ham fans end up clicking with if they come in and perform. Yeah, that's a good shout.
No, I agree. I agree with myself. Rod says, what's our level? That's a scary question.
It depends what you mean by what's our level.
Challenging anywhere underneath 7th place. Yeah,
absolutely. Top half, 7th to 8th, possibly 6th to 8th, pushing it. That's our level at the moment, I think. Yeah. That's where we need to be.
But the scary thing is anyone, and I've seen pundits said this as well, anyone from 10th down could go down. That's how equal that bit is as well.
Yeah.
Sarah, again, are you guys in the Twitter meltdown club, or are you in the takes time for a new manager with 10 signings to settle in? Let's wait until we played every club around our level and pass a judgment. That's a very good way of looking at what we sort of just discussed there. Yeah. When we play clubs around our level, I think you can take a better analysis of it all.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, me definitely, I think I've definitely made my stance clear. I'm 100% in the patient camp. I'm seeing good signs, and I would give him plenty of time. I'm not worried at all.
I see. Just carrying on with this, mate. I don't know whether you've seen it. It's worth a look if you can on Sky Sports. They were discussing. I think it was Benitez or someone like that. They was discussing. No, Unai Emery, the new Arsenal guy, saying about how he's got his tactics, and he's obviously made a big statement with dropping Ozil and things like that. And they're saying Jamie Carragher was arguing that a manager should adapt and change it to be like, oh, we'll play this way because this works in the Premier League. But Jamie Redknapp, on the other hand, was arguing that Unai Emery does not need to adapt.
That was Gary Neville.
Gary Neville, yes, and needs to get his players to do that. And I'm on Gary's side. I have to say, I'm on Gary's side with it.
Yeah. Otherwise, if you're not bringing a manager in to instill a philosophy and a way of playing, what difference does it make what manager you get?
And it's that thing that Gary said about the changing. Like, say, for example, Klopp, high press. If all of a sudden he goes, oh, no, do you know what, we're going to park the bus now. As soon as that don't work as well, these players start losing that interest. And it's really, really good little point that. And that's back to sort of Pellegrini. Like, he's just got to go with what he believes. If he believes 4-4-2 works, 4-2-2-2 works, he's just got to go until he gets that formation, that players right.
Yeah, I agree, mate. Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah. Daily Polls says, which of the new signings has impressed you the most so far, and which one has been the most disappointing? I don't really like saying the most disappointing yet because it's been a bit early. But if I had to pluck a straw, I wasn't that impressed with Lucas Perez last night. But listen, would give him time.
First start for the club.
Most impressed, Fabianski probably.
He has been very good.
Been very good. I know he's conceded a lot of goals, but a lot of those goals are not his fault. I thought Fredericks was fantastic against Arsenal as well. Bags of pace. You can see the potential in him there. And again, he's another one. 10, 15 games in, you're going to get a real good player there. He looks like what Cresswell was like when he first joined West Ham. Like, the real good player.
Yeah. For me, I'm going to say Anderson, just because he does look like a next level player. I know he had his critics as well, first few games, but again, Jesus Christ, like
more to come. There's more to come from him.
I just feel like there's no patience at all anymore.
More to come from Jack as well. Like quite a lot of people have been getting on Jack's back as well, and it's like there's more to come from Jack as well. There's a lot more to come from Jack.
We've played 3 games in the league. We've played 4 games in total. What do people expect? Like there's, I'm gonna sound like Lee. Honestly, I'm gonna sound like an old fart here, but like this current generation, this current thing of instant gratification. That's not how the world works. Like you have to give time. You have to give time. 10
new players. Like Balbuena, again, loads of criticism as well. Again, new player, new country, takes time.
Yeah,
takes time. Jamie Gill, after a disappointing start to the season, have your expectations dropped, or are you still confident we will have a good season? And also, do you think that some people are being too negative? It's only 3 games in. Yeah, we sort of answered it. Yeah, there is too much negativity at the moment. It takes time. Maybe the expectations have dropped a little bit. Maybe we ain't going to hit that sort of 7th, 8th place. But listen, if we're still in that league next year and it looks like we've got a plan, we're playing in a certain way and start getting a bit of an identity, that's all positives.
Yeah.
All positives.
Absolutely.
Yeah. SB, one for you, mate. What's your favourite movie with The Rock, Dwayne Johnson? Well... I like Pain and Gain, if you want to go serious.
It's not bad. Mark Wahlberg as well, isn't it? I'm actually trying to think of the one that came out recently with Kevin Hart was good. That Central Intelligence.
Yeah, that's a good film.
That was quite good.
The classics like Welcome to the Jungle and things like that as well.
Yeah,
with Sean William Scott's quite funny.
That's a good question. I wouldn't like. I love The Rock, but more from his time in the WWF, WWE, whatever. More as an actor. I haven't seen the new Fast and Furious films yet, so I haven't seen him in any of them. I wouldn't mind watching the last one with him and Statham. Probably be quite good.
Yeah. I quite like him as an actor actually. I think he's quite good, apart from he's in like Tooth Fairy or something like that.
The new Jumanji was quite funny, I thought.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah. Guys, thank you for all your questions. I think we did miss a couple purely again because we can't access the questions. But any we did miss, we will put it in next week's show. Just want to touch on some other stuff because we do like add little bits in at the end. Be rude not to say it, mate, as this is the platform we work on. KSI versus Logan Paul, mate.
It was some event like that. That's.
You've got to give it to him for that, yeah.
You have to give it to him. It was some event, and it was very professional. It was not the fighting wasn't very professional, but the event itself.
Oh yeah.
It was done
very well.
It was very well done, and even like the press conference. The press conferences were mad, but like they did the press conferences. They did the gloves are off, like. They did it proper, and fair play to them.
Very well promoted. Yeah, they've made a lot of money as well. Apparently, they've made about $4 million each. I think I read.
Yeah.
Which some boxers in their career don't ever earn. Some boxers don't earn £4 million for a fight.
It was a massive event, and
future really as well. I think you're going to see quite a lot of that now.
You will. The only thing is there's 2 sides to this. Obviously, you're a big boxing fan, mate. I love boxing. There's 2 sides to it. I've seen a lot of people saying it's a good thing because it's getting new fans into boxing. But then at the same time, a lot of people saying it's diminishing the sport. What I thought was interesting was obviously watching the fight, and then it was a draw. A lot of people I saw didn't understand. Like, obviously, probably the majority of people watching that fight were KSI and Logan Paul fans. They were probably about 12 years old, don't understand the rules of boxing. and they didn't understand what a draw meant. And I saw comments of people saying, "Oh, if KSI won one round and then the other two were a draw, how can it be a draw?" And like they just didn't understand the rules. I think that was a bit mad. But what did you think of the fight itself?
I thought, we're both really big boxing fans. I thought Logan Paul actually looked really good, mate, in the opening couple of rounds. And he said it himself, he's only been boxing 5 months. He had good footwork. I thought he had a fantastic jab.
Yeah.
But he just ran out of gas.
100%. Yeah. I mean, like that, the first 2 rounds in particular showed up KSI for being a poor boxer. He really did. Like, he didn't know how to handle him. He didn't know what to do. But yeah, I agree, mate. I thought he looked quite good. And I think if they do have this rematch, it sounds like KSI wants to put it back now. Yeah. But I think with that experience behind him now and more time training to get his fitness up, maybe to drop a little bit of weight, so he's not carrying all that weight
and just hone a few more skills and stuff.
Yeah. I think he'll batter him. I really do.
Yeah, I think as well it makes you appreciate. Even Logan Paul looks like he's an absolute superior athlete as well. Like, he looks like he can run for 3 hours or do the weights and all that. But it just shows how different boxing is that you can just gas out after 9 minutes.
100%, mate. Like, massively.
Yeah.
And I said to you at the time, like when we were watching the fight, like, it shows, watching that shows the step up in class. Even to lower level professional boxers, the step up is massive. And like KSI talking that he wants to go professional, he's living in a dreamland. Absolute dreamland. It's never going to happen.
No chance.
But no, it was good. It was a great event.
Yeah. Some really exciting fights coming up as well. Just a little touch on it. Obviously, September is usually really good fight season as well. You've got George Groves versus Callum Smith, which is a fantastic fight. I can't wait for that. You've got Amir Khan versus Vargas.
Your favourite, mate.
Yeah, I wanted to win though because I wanted to fight Kell Brook. So that would be one I'm actually cheering Amir Khan on, and obviously the big boy fight, Triple G versus Canelo. Hopefully Triple G does that because he was robbed in that last fight because of the drugs and all that. But some fantastic fights coming up, and obviously made apparently Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. Where do you sit with that one, mate? Very quickly, can he beat him?
I think he can.
Fury would have definitely beat him 3 years ago. Definitely would have beat him. It's a bit more open now, purely because he hasn't fought for a while.
I think Fury can beat him. I do. I think he can. How crazy would that be? Yeah, but no, I think he can. AJ obviously fighting soon as well. I reckon that'd be a good fight actually.
Yeah, Pop Vodkin. Yeah, forgot about that one. Yeah, but yeah, for me the Fury fight. I don't know whether you see the Luis Ortiz Wilder fight. Like, that's the first time Wilder's come up against someone, can actually jab a bit and throw that cross. And Luis Ortiz is 37, and he really did test him. Now, someone like, whatever you think of Tyson Fury, he is quite hard to hit. He can be quite elusive. Sometimes his footwork's a bit messy, but he's a hard to hit guy, and he's got a very good jab.
Again, like you say, mate, it'd be a good fight if it happens. Yeah.
I'm very excited with Dylan White as well in the heavyweight mix. I really like Dylan White. I quite like his character, and I like what he's about. And I would like to see him back in the ring with AJ as well. Yeah. Right, that's it for this week, guys. Like I say, short and sweet. I hope you've enjoyed it. We will be back hopefully next week, and I think Paul's away for a little while after that, so I'll be back with a show that I'm going to call Luke's Lowdown. If you can think of a better name, let me know. But I will do like a little show where I sort of basically talking to myself. I'll put my film next to a mirror or something, and we can do a podcast with the mirror.
Get Lee back, mate. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I'll get Lee back. Yeah. Until then, guys, get subscribing. I think we're one away, or we may have even hit it by the time this video comes out from 2,600, which is amazing. We're really, really close to 3,000. Again, let's drop some questions for next week, guys. Until then, I'll be back with my review of the Wolves game, hoping to bring you a win. Come on, you irons. Keep believing. Let's go.
Cheers.